Okay, hey guys, so I'm going to take you through one of the trades that I took today. I actually ended up taking two successful trades today, made 3.2%, which was good because yesterday I took a loss on GameStop. It came right up to my target and then turned around and turned against me. So I was quite unfortunate there, but I made back what I lost and then some today. So I was really focused on two different stocks today. Airbnb was IPOing today, that's initial public offering, so it was being released onto the stock market, but that was later on in the day. And there was no real other news around any other stocks that I thought was interesting. So I decided just to take a trade on Li based on price action. Now, Li is another stock in the EV sector, the electric vehicle sector. And as I said in the last video, this is a really hot sector at the moment. So every day when it comes to Li, Nio and Tesla, there's plenty of volume and there's plenty of volatility. And if you understand how these stocks are traded and how investors and traders react to these stocks, and you can read price action, you can trade these pretty much every single day. So what I was focused on with this stock was it started off, it was down about 2% when it opened on market open. And so what I was looking for is traders and investors to see this as being at a discount and to jump in and drive this stock up throughout the day. And this is a pattern that happens time and time again with these EV stocks at the moment, at least, because they're such a hot sector and people want to jump into them. So as soon as they see a stock like this down 3% or whatever, they pour money into it and they jump into it. Investors and then traders, based on that pattern that reoccurs time and time again, they can also trade that. So that's what I was looking for. And I marked out a couple of key levels for this stock. You can see I have marked out the $31 area and then roughly the $31.50 area. Those were two important key levels. Now if you take anything away from this video, guys, it should be this. Round numbers, so 31, 32, 33, those are always going to be key areas when it comes to trading stocks. Those are areas that traders will react to. So in the case of the $31 area, what I was looking for here was this stock going to find support along that area and have buyers enter and push it up and past the resistance that I've marked in at 31.50, or were they going to break down through that area? And then if they did that, it could potentially have continue motion downwards, so you could potentially short it. And when it opened up here, you see it fell down right to that 31 area and the buyers started to come in and push it up. And that's really what I'm focused on when it comes to price action. How do buyers respond to these different key levels? So I don't really use indicators, nothing like that, no moving averages, MACD, stochastics, nothing like that. The only things that I focus on are news, price action, and key levels, and the price action around those key levels. So right now when we're looking at this, what are we seeing? We're seeing that the buyers have pushed this up from 31 right up to that resistance level, but it hasn't broken the resistance yet. So until it breaks that resistance and breaks it cleanly and shows me that it has strength and buyers coming in to push it past that area, I can enter this as a long position. So you can see this candle is pushing up now. It's looking strong. Buyers are coming in, and now we have to see how it reacts to this key area. And the reason this was a key area, by the way, guys, was because it was pre-market resistance. It was very obvious resistance for me. So it's breaking past it at the moment, but I need confirmation that it's going to stay above it, because sometimes that was the moment I entered. When I saw that big move there, that clean break through it, that showed me the buyers were coming in and this was breaking through that area cleanly. But what I was saying before I entered there was, when it comes to these key areas, sometimes the price will get past the key area, as you saw, for example, when it broke below the 31, but it'll push back up above it eventually. So you have to be careful. If a price is slowly going through a key area and it's pushing up above it again, and it's kind of hovering around that area, you need to wait until you have that burst of buyers or burst of sellers and that clear sign that the stock has found a direction and it's actually broken through that area and it's going to maintain past that area. Otherwise you can kind of get faked out and the candle can close and it can be below that key area. So that's an important thing to pay attention to. Now, another thing I want to say about this, and then I'm probably going to skip ahead a bit just to save you time, is that there's a couple of key resistance areas coming up before the stock hits my target. So you can see at 32 there's another round number, and I have that marked in, and around 31.80 there's a kind of a key resistance area as well. So this stock had quite a bit of resistance to get through before it actually reached my target, which I never like that to be the case, but unfortunately sometimes it is. And then the final thing I'm going to say, and we're going to skip to the end of this, is that in this EV sector there's 3 stocks that you can trade every day, at least at the moment in the current market, and they are Li, Nio and Tesla, and there might even be more, but those are just the 3 that I'm aware of. And out of those 3, Li is generally my favorite to trade because it has the lowest market cap. Off the top of my head, I think Li has a 25 billion market cap, Nio has 60 billion and Tesla has 600 billion. So I might be a little bit off with those numbers, but roughly that's the market caps. And the reason why that's significant is because when a stock has a really large market cap, generally it's going to move slower, and it's going to be harder to get those 2% moves that I like to get. And that can be made up to a certain degree if the stock has a lot of volume. So for example, Tesla might have more volume than this stock, and that will make up for the fact that it's a much bigger market cap to a certain extent. But still, the lower market cap ones, generally they move quicker and you'll get your 2% faster, which I prefer because I don't want to be stuck in a stock waiting ages, and sometimes you're not even going to get 2% on Tesla, because that's quite a big move for a stock of that size. Alright, we're coming up to the end of this trade now. It's about to hit my target, and this stock, it had to get through that 32 area, which gave it a little bit of struggle, and the 31.80 area. But there you can see it did end up hitting my target, and I made 2% in that stock. And one final thing that I need to say as well, guys, is when it comes to trading these EVs, if you are going to trade them, and I actually prefer to trade stocks that have news surrounding them, because the news gives the stock a very obvious direction that it wants to go, if you understand the news and understand how investors and traders are reacting to it. But when it comes to the EV sector, if you're trading a stock like Li or like NIO, which I often do, you need to have Tesla in the background and pay attention to how Tesla is performing, because the way Tesla performs on any given day, it's going to affect how the other smaller EVs perform, because it's the biggest stock in that sector and there's so much hype around it, and that's primarily why the sector is so hot, because of Tesla. Tesla has made massive moves this year. So if Tesla is up massively and it's shooting up and it's on the uptrend for the day, then generally speaking Li and NIO will tend to follow it, unless they have some sort of negative news individual to them that are dragging them down. And then likewise, if Tesla is selling off, you probably don't want to go long on Li or NIO, because they'll probably follow Tesla. So that's an important thing to pay attention to. And then the last thing I have to say is I actually ended up taking a second trade on this stock. It consolidated for a while, and then eventually it broke past another key area of resistance that I was paying attention to. And also Tesla went on a massive run today, and so based on that I entered this stock again, and I just took 1.2% on it the second time, because I wanted to be safe. You know, I don't like to take two trades generally. If I do take two trades, the second trade I'll use a smaller amount of capital and I'll be more conservative, because I don't want to wipe out the gains that I got from the first trade. But I made the 1.2%, but it had a great day. It ended up going much further than that. I could have taken 2% on it, but again, I was quite happy to take that 1.2% and walk away with 3.2% for the day and make back the money that I stupidly lost on GameStop yesterday. And now I'm nicely in the green for the week, and if I have a good day tomorrow, I can finish this week off very nicely. But either way, this should be a profitable week again. Alright, so thanks guys, I hope you got something from that video.